So I had a bit of a minor crash out the other day. It's all good though. We're all good though now. Let me make sure that this is yeah. You know what I think it was? Menstruation. Every time I have my period, the um I feel like I dip deeper and deeper into psychosis. I really think that I was never meant to menstruate because you know how sometimes people are like, every time you like do a psychedelic, you're like rolling the dice of like entering psychosis permanently. Like you might unlock things. I think for me, that's what like the hormonal changes that come along with my cycle do. Because every time it just like it gets worse. Like at first I had like no hormonal symptoms. I think that's just because my whole life was a hormonal symptom. I was like a teenager. Um, but now like every time I'm like, am I going to kill myself? Am I going to kill myself? And then I'm like, nah, bro, you're just bleeding. Nah, bro, you're chill. Nah, bro, that's the uterus talking, bro. Stop it. So, so now I'm great. I was less than great before. I wrote a series of notes in my Google Keep. Let's read out some of those notes that I wrote down. Um, I'm not allowed to say kill myself, am I? Even if that's my real experience in my life, sure. All right, I pinned this one. Can't be an employee. Can't be a student. Can't be a gamer. Can't be a lover. Can't be a hater. Just end this shit, bruh. And then I got the eye rolling emoji 5 times. It's almost like a poem. Isn't that like poetry type shit? Just end this shit, bruh. I was going through it, bro. You don't even understand. That's not even the. What else was I writing? Oh, this is just funny. You want to know what self harm is? Opening Discord. That's just a funny joke. That's just a funny joke. No good things happening in my life right now. Actually, no good. I don't even know like what the finished thought was there, but I was going through it clearly. Like, whoa. Can't make art, can't make sense, can't make noise, can't make peace. Like, doesn't this look like psychosis to you guys? I don't want to throw around that word, but wanting to kill yourself usually, unless like you were caught with like I don't know, you got exposed for something really bad and like your life was actually over, then like that might not be a form of psychosis. Like sometimes, or like you were being like tortured or something, like, or you want to like you're doing it like for altruistic reasons. But I think like usual like run of the mill, like if I'm just a 9 to 5 employee and like I'm getting my bills paid on time and like I have like people around who talk to me on a semi-regular basis and I'm just walking through life wanting to die, like that's psychosis. You know what I mean? So I think I'm licensed to apply that word to my life. Oh, Gongcha, I get $1.50 off my new favorite dash. Is that a slur? I'm not gonna. Well, no, that's the type of pants. Chino. That's the type of pants. Chinos. I know that. They just put CCINO like cappuccino, whatever chino. It doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great just saying that on its own without context. But I do get $1.50 off my favorite $20 Cheeto at Gongcha. Thanks so much. I love living. I love to be alive. So it has occurred to me that there are some things that I need to immediately remove. Let me just go ahead and do that right now. Are you gonna stop recording if I handle business, if I take care of business here? Because there are just some things that need to immediately be taken care of. So let me just go do that. It's just come to my attention that like, oh, you know what I did? I was trying to periodically, like every 3 months or so, I like LinkedIn, or I like half-heartedly stalk my former tormentor. And usually, like, I just go Google, like Google search, I scroll, I go, okay, nothing new here, this is the same old Google results, and then I just go over to LinkedIn to see, like, okay, what's the career looking like in comparison to my career. That's always going to be a better career. But that's only because this person cares about their career, and I'm, like, too cool for that shit. Like, I'm literally just here to have fun, bro. But it's that, but I accidentally, for some reason, I was logged into a LinkedIn account. This is a LinkedIn account, like, this is not my main LinkedIn account. It's under my name, but it's under, like, a different Google account that has my name, but I swear I never logged into LinkedIn on this account. I think it might have just auto-created an account for me. I think I chose to auto-create an account for whatever reason on this particular Google account address, and I logged in, and I was logged in, and I saw the entire page, and, like, I hadn't set up any of the settings. So, anybody, this person especially, who likely pays for LinkedIn Premium, because nerd like that, can definitely see that I was there, and it's kind of years. It's kind of been years since a word was exchanged. You know what's crazy about that? I publicly almost died. Like, on the news, nearly died. Are you alive? That was never a question I was asked. Okay. But I don't care. I'm honestly trying to think, like, would I have said something? And, like, the day that it happened, I was like, yeah, of course I would have said something. I don't know, like, I'd probably be looking up in the news, like, this host still alive, and be like, oh yeah, not one of the list on the ones that aren't, so, okay, and then I'd probably go about my day. But, do as I say, not as I do. There we go. That's what I want to say. Yeah. So I'm just going to say goodbye to a couple of these videos. It has been nice, but however, oh wait, how do I go to manage? I realized that, like, I play too many games, and there's just information that's currently out there in the world that can no longer be out there in the world because of developments. So I'm deleting my thoughts and my feelings from the internet or on one particular topic. How do I change? Yeah. That's private now. I'm sorry. And then what else needs to be? Let's edit that. Because, like, just on the off chance, like, this can never be, at this point, it can never be seen. Everything else, I think, is fine. It's fair game. But, you know, sometimes in life you encounter things that are just, like, your own personal problem. And here's my thing. I think that I need some sort of ethical framework that requires me to have responsibility in the world and accountability, like some sort of, like, duty. I need, like, duty, I need obligation, I need extrinsic pressure to go out and do the right thing on a consistent basis. Or I believe that people should have that. I feel like I'm already motivated to go out and do the right thing. Like, that's why I privated this. That's why I'm not going out and talking shit about things that I feel are shit. Because I recognize in myself that my personal feelings on the situation are, number one, coming from an invalid, I don't like a situation. But it's not because the situation in itself is inherently bad. The situation could be bad. I'm not saying the situation is good. But the reason that I dislike it is not because of, you know, an actual judgment on the quality, the veracity. That's not how you, but I wanted to say that word. I know that's not what that means. Let me plug in my computers because it's actually going to die. It's not about, like, the situation itself, the moral weight, ethical, you know, pragmatic, practical way to the situation itself or any of the parties involved in the situation. It's because of my own reaction and what I feel like the situation reflects back about me and reminds me of in my own personal things. So why am I going to make that the problem of the situation? Let me just let the situation be the situation. Let the situation develop in the ways that it wants to develop. Be a good, positive, like everybody's happy. Everybody's like, oh my God, this situation. I was waiting for this situation. So I'm just going to let that, I think I should, and I'm going to let that be and not seep my negative toxic energy onto it. Okay? And I feel like there are other people who could go like, okay, if I have a problem, it's everybody's problem. I don't feel that way. And I feel like I am taking it to an extreme in a sense where like, how am I being extreme? Oh yeah, like even like me expressing like discomfort or like saying like, oh, I don't like that. That in itself is like burdening others. But I do feel like it is. I do feel like that's the truth. Even though, like, some other sources are, just express yourself. Like, you can't help it, how you feel. Like, like, just be yourself. Like, your feelings are valid. I do think that certain emotions are invalid. And you should do whatever work you can to not feel a certain way because situations are going to keep coming up. Isn't my hair just so great? Like I'm just looking at it, I'm like, wow, like this is good stuff. This is good shit, bro. Good shit. The back is not good. The back is bad. We're not talking about the back. Nobody is seeing the back of my head though, because I keep my head on the swivel. I'm always aware of my surroundings. I want my posture to be better. I don't want gamer neck because I'm bad at video games. I've been trying to play Baldur's Gate 3. And whenever I try to play a video game, this is once every 5 years, I like load up the good old Xbox and get to gaming. I always put my stuff on the easiest difficulty because I do not have skill. And I never play video games. And I feel like the progression that you need to get to like to do Baldur's Gate like with like real person like difficulty level, like I'm just not gonna put in the hours of other games that I don't care about and that don't interest me so that I can be a gamer of the level that can do this. And like, well, it's like turn-based stuff, so like obviously like it's not about quick reflexes, it's about literally thinking things through and having a strategy and like understanding how the game works. But I'm bad at thinking, understanding, and having, so I do it on the easiest difficulty. But even that, I'm having issues. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm having to go back. And then, like, I don't understand all the time, like, what order things need to be done in. And I feel like with Baldur's Gate, like, you do things slightly out of order and then everything comes crashing down. And then now I have to go back 6 hours of gaming, like 4 to 5 encounters. Ay, Dios mío. But I'm doing it. I'd say, like, I did have to go, like, there was a situation, I'm like, I think I'm in Act 2. I think so. Let me Google that, actually. When does Act 2 of... And, like, sometimes, like, I'm confused and I do have to go, like, because I don't want to have to mess everything up. I want to have the full extent of the story. I don't want to mess everything up because I'm stupid. So I have to Google sometimes, like, how does this puzzle work? It's like, how was I going to understand that that's what I had to do? How was I going to understand to do that? So they need to make an extra for if you are not smart. I'm trying to think, was there a puzzle that I solved on my own and was just, like, really good at doing it? I think so. I think on the entrance to, like, the mausoleum, I got it, but... Yes. Okay, yeah. I've been in Act 2. What was I even talking about? Oh, yeah, in Act 2, I think I had to redo, because, like, I completed Act 2, but I just, like, was gunning for first Carlock's, like, heart thing, all the stuff that we had to do in the mausoleum, and then went immediately from the mausoleum. Like, I was like, okay, I can come back later and do the, like, Halsin cursed lands thing. I'm gonna do that later, and then while I'm at Moonrise Towers, like after I kill everybody, I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna free the people in the basement. Um, Turns out they don't like you to do that. They don't want you to do that. That's actually the wrong thing to do. Everybody's gonna die, in fact. Everybody's gonna die, and it's gonna be your fault. And they're gonna say, like, as you're ending that chapter, like, yeah, by the way, everybody died, and it was your fault. Like, there are things I didn't do correctly in Act 1. I feel like my Act 1 was, like, pretty okay. Like, the, there were, the goblins never even made it to the crest. Like, I went there, I smoked everybody in there. I even killed, I didn't even know that Minthara was, like, an important person. She just died. I just obliterated her tail. I don't know. That was, like, on my 4th attempt or so. F. This is so spoilers for Baldur's Gate 3. To be fair, the game is, like, how old? 5 years old? 3 years old? Get with the program, Loki. Yeah, like, but I feel like there was stuff, like, back there that I didn't do correctly, and, like, there were people that kind of died. Like, I know, like, a lot of the tieflings just died. I don't know how it was, I think there's a way to, like, save all the tieflings and stuff, but it didn't happen for me. And I think there was something else. Like, I straight up didn't look for Gale because, like, okay, first I missed Carlock entirely. For the longest time, like, I went all the way to, I think, like, I ventured out, like, halfway into, the Underdark with just Shadowheart and Asterion, and I thought, like, I was gonna meet everybody else later. It turns out, like, I had to Google, like, okay, but when are these people supposed to be showing up? Because I feel like I'm getting pretty far into the game, and I have only met these 2 companions. And I had to Google, and it was, like, it turned out, like, I missed everybody back on the Risen Road. So I was like, okay, let me prioritize who I'm going to go out and find. I did want to find Lae'zel, but it was just, like, I don't want to, I feel like I was at a point in the game where, like, it was already progressed to where she was out of that cage. I don't know. It just seemed too difficult to go and get to Lae'zel. That seemed too hard, even though I wanted her. And also, it's like, I just want everybody to be, like, found family, like, let's be friends. And, like, so I ended up finding Will Carlock later on. Like, I'd already gone to the Underdark, and then, like, okay, I was like, okay, let me just find Carlock, and then luckily I found Carlock, and then Will just sort of turns up, and it's like, okay, black people, okay, listen. We got a person that can do, oh my god, barbarians are Carlock is so goated. Can just do 3 attacks and stop missing though, but can just do bam, 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 bam. Love her bad. Can get there. Talk about motion. Talk about, oh my god, baddie. I love her down, bro. The way she really elevated the way that I was looking at these encounters, because before, I don't know, everybody miss. I'm down, I'm dead, she's dead, he's dead, we're all dead. It was giving me a headache. But luckily, we got Carlock in there. Like, I took down the whole goblin camp with just my Tav, Shadowheart, and Asterion. That wasn't easy. That was difficult. I did it, though. I didn't even get, for some reason, like, I didn't get Halsin. I think I might have gotten Halsin. Like, I might have realized, oh, I need Halsin. I don't know. For whatever reason, I didn't have Halsin at first. But yeah, like, basically I'm in Act 2, and I already completed all of Act 2, but I realized, oh, Shadow Cursed Lands are dead, all the Tiefling prisoners are dead. I'm not at enough levels to be able to successfully go out and do this stuff. Everybody still hates me. Not everybody. Like, I have, it's just Asterion that hates me, but it's like, Asterion, I'm trying to avoid conflict, build allies, and you're getting mad when I say, you're getting mad when I don't know, you're getting mad when I'm like not trying to kill everybody, piss everybody off. Like, chill. So, we're still neutral. He still doesn't have anything to say to me. That's fine. I'm not even trying to romance him in this run, so it's fine. I do want to be friends. Maybe I just let him ascend in this run. Like, I already have been kind of spoiled because I just keep getting YouTube shorts about Baldur's Gate 3 and watching them. So, I don't know the entirety of what happens. Like, I have, like, no context for everything. But I think, and I did search up everything that I shouldn't do in order for people to, 1, not die, and 2, not permanently leave, because I don't want anybody to die or permanently leave. Are you crazy? I did that. Here's the thing. Most of Act 1, I wasn't Googling shit. But then Act 2, it's like, am I supposed to just get shot again and again when I think that some things are better, need to be explained. Because I'm a fool. And also, sometimes you just need to, I don't understand I don't even play video games, girl. I'm having to redo, a lot of Act 2. I just had to go back to, I just needed to redo some parts of, like, the Gauntlet of Shar. I already completed the challenges and I had to save there, but I didn't have to save after I killed the Orphan, so I had to go and do that encounter again. But I went back and did, like, the Halsin stuff, and I freed the Tieflings, and so I already had a fast travel to Moonrise Towers, thank God, because walking there and encountering stuff, and I can't even long rest when you go on the, it's just a lot. So I was able to, I went back, I did that stuff, and then I came back and killed the Orphan. But tell me why that encounter was, like, now 3 times as hard. Because I'd leveled up since doing the Halsin stuff and freeing the Tieflings and the Gnomes. Also, I killed all, I did accident, all the Gnomes kind of died. I wanted to free the Gnomes. Like, the whole problem, and what I'm realizing with myself, at least in a video game, is, like, even if I know, like, ends justify the means or whatever, like, let's just go and get to, like, put ourselves in the highest sort of social position, like, there's nothing that I can say to, like, lie to a slave catcher and say, like, oh yes, let's help catch these slaves. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, it's not, like, a racial analog that's happening there, probably, but, like, you're just never gonna see me try to assist these slave catchers, and I wanted to free them, but, like, the encounter was too hard. Did I have Karlach? I think I did have Karlach with me at the time, but the encounter is just too hard if you, like, try to go against Nier, and also, I don't want to make nice with these slave owners. So, if you don't make nice with any slave owners, and you go again, like, you just have to, like, and in the end, I couldn't do it. And if I tried to free the slaves, guess what? Asterion was gonna go, oh, I didn't like that. And Shadowheart was gonna go, oh, I didn't like that. So, actually, I don't know if I went to any part of the Underdark with Karlach with us. I think maybe. I completed the Underdark without Karlach. I think maybe that's what happened. Without Karlach, without Will. I never bring Will with me, though, because I just grew so attached to Shadowheart and Asterion, like, always, like, I feel like we're such a band, and then, like, I'm just not, Karlach is able to get in the mix, be on boots on the ground, have so many attacks per round, like, it feels like Carlock. Carlock can miss. Carlock can definitely miss. If Carlock doesn't miss, she can do around like 30 times 3, like 90 damage around. Nobody else is seeing Carlock in that way. Maybe I'm not like maxing people out the way that they should be. Maybe I'm not like building the characters in the way that they should be like built. But like low-key, nobody is seeing Carlock, and I just need to have Carlock around. And now I've had her around so much, I've grown attached to her, and I haven't built any sort of anything with Will. Like, I didn't even know, like, he started talking about his dad. Like, I can't believe my dad is a true soul. I was like, where did we see your dad? Who are you? But I like having a black person in the party, although he turned into a demon, and now he has red skin. He's still black, though. You know, in the demos, Carlock was black. And you know, now that I think about it, my Tav is a black tiefling. Why are all the people with horns black? Huh. That's a little weird. I'm just joshing. Where are the... No Asian? No Latina? No Arab? Okay. I'm trying to think, like, really, who are the races of everybody in the party? And it's like... It's a lot of white people. Like, why do we have so many? like, it's... Like, we could do one or two. Are there Asian people in Baldur's Gate 3? It's gonna say no. How do you build an Asian... Well, you have them have, like, Asian features. Oh, Cazador. Yeah, now I'm on Reddit. Leader of the guild. 2. Yeah, I don't know. I missed a lot of stuff in Act 1 because I was just doing the quest. I don't know. But that's what... You're curious about me playing video games and being bad at them. That's what's going on for me. I don't know what this video was about. Oh, it was about me being depressed, but look how happy I am. What helped me? Let me read you the music that I played when I was in the throes of my menstrual psychosis. Oh my god, my friend exploded / appendix. Let me... What was I doing? Oh yeah. I'm gonna read you some of the stuff. Oh no, I'll make that a separate video. Peace.